Hello everybody, buenos dias. This is the first time that I've been to one of these congresses, and I think it's the first time that the John Muir Trust has engaged in the World Wilderness Congress. And Vance, maybe you might need to kind of put a health warning, I think, on future congresses, because chief executives might just be a bit inspired. And I'm kind of slightly worried about what I'm going to go back and do to my organisation when we get home. That's a good thing, of course. Yeah. Okay. So what I really want to do is to set the context for my colleague Rob Bushby, who's going to be talking about the John Muir Award. And to do that, I just want to tell you a little bit more about the John Muir Trust. Okay. So the trust is just 30 years old, and we do a range of things, but we're principally set up to protect wild land in the UK, and we do that by owning and managing land, as you've just heard, quite a substantial area. Working in partnership, we also undertake a range of policy work to try and influence decision makers. One of the big issues we have at the moment is proliferation of kind of industrial scale wind farms in the UK. And of course we try and work to promote awareness and recognition of the value of such places. We take our name and inspiration from John Muir, who was the pioneering, influential Scots-born American conservationist and was really passionate about the wild. And Muir dedicated his life to protecting these wild places, and he campaigned successfully for the establishment of national parks. We really kind of go back time and time again to listen to John Muir. When I first joined the Trust 3-4 years ago, we went back to re-establish our vision, I suppose. And it just astounded me kind of how forward-thinking John Muir was. So this is our vision, that wildland is protected and enhanced throughout the UK and wild places are valued by all sectors of society. And we undertake the first two parts of that vision really in the blue and the green areas. These are the wild places in the UK. This is a map that we developed with Steve Carver that I think you saw yesterday. But actually, what we're going to focus on is the third part of our vision, how we get all sectors of society to value, because unless we do that, there's no way that we can deliver the first two elements to protect and enhance our wild land. I learned yesterday 3 out of 4 people living in Europe are going to be living in urban areas. I've learned some new terms, which was quite interesting. I've learned about urban wildness, about remnant wilderness. We call these places wild places. So this is where people, I think, can at least engage, maybe even take that first step, that connection with nature. In a moment, before I ask Rob to come up on the stage, I'm going to play you a short film. And we had this film commissioned to play in a new centre that we've just opened. We took a bit of a risk. We opened this centre on the high street. Principal purpose was to engage with all sectors of society. Where else do you find them but on the high street shopping? So we've had now 25,000 people see this film just in the last 4 months. And we tried to choose our audience. Okay, so it's not about dumbing down, but it's about really distilling the message. Anyway, I hope that it encapsulates the work of the Trust and, most importantly, why we do what we do. And this helps to set the context for the John Muir Award. And I hope you see that the award is really essential to us, and without it we couldn't hope to deliver our vision. Without it, we'd be confined to only speaking to those who stand on the tops of mountains. Whilst without it, we would not be addressing a fundamental issue experienced by modern society, perhaps not even that modern. It was apparent to John Muir over 100 years ago. And the award is our attempt to try and nurture that relationship between people and nature, people and wild places, to re-establish that connection.
So what is this? What's this John Muir Award? Well, simply put, it's an environmental award scheme that was set up to get more people out there in nature, wilderness, wild places, the outdoors, call it whatever you like, it doesn't really matter. Around 20 years ago, our trustees recognised the low levels of involvement of young people in conservation. Amongst 12 to 24-year-olds in Scotland, it was about 0.1%, and they wanted to do something about it, so they set up the John Muir Award. You can see from the map here, the dots represent over 1,000 organisations that we work with. They correlate with the red rather than the blue and the green, as Stuart said. And you can see our journey southwards. We started in Scotland. We've still got work to do in the south of England. As you can see, that's very much a work in progress. We're also really keen on sharing the ethos of John Muir. Now, Muir's message was that the natural place is a great place to go to feel better about ourselves, and that these wild places need to be nurtured, respected and loved for what they can provide us with. And over 100 years on, these ideas still make loads of sense, as we all know. And we really enjoy making these messages relevant and resonant and vibrant with communities. Now, we've just made a 10-minute information film. We've got a 2-minute trailer to show you, just to give you a flavour of the John Muir Award.
In my life, given me so much confidence, it's taken me to a place that I never knew existed, and I think just getting out to wild places and learning about them, and in the same time learning about myself, has opened so many doors in my life beyond the wilderness, back in normal life as well.
Being in a wild place is just almost like a reminder that everything just slows down. It's almost just a reminder of the rhythm of nature that we run around in our lives often, just being so busy.
The wonder of wild places. Fun, adventure and challenge. Feeling part of the natural environment. The John Muir Award was set up by the John Muir Trust to get more people involved in nature. It's all about discovering wild places for yourself, right on your doorstep or further afield, and exploring them. It's about putting something back and sharing your experiences. And it's for anyone and everyone. This is the John Muir Award.
I'm overrunning by about 2 minutes, so I'll just cut the credits short there. So it's a really different award scheme to many awards in that it's not a set programme, it doesn't have a set syllabus, and it doesn't tell you what to do, and people are surprised by that. They're used to being told what to do when they get outside. And it requires you to come up with activities in relation to these 4 challenges. So you tell us what you want to do, where you want to go out and discover, what you're going to do to increase awareness and understanding by exploring these places, what you'll put back, and how you'd like to share your experiences. And we ask people to do a minimum of 4 days worth of activity, and it's totally free to participate, and that's it. It's as simple as that. And it's used by groups, families, individuals, young people of all ages, we say, from school pupils and pensioners to prison groups and college professors, all sectors of society. And since we started, around 200,000 people have been involved. There'll be 25,000 people getting involved in 2013. And we're really proud that at least 25% every year are from backgrounds of social inclusion. People from the poorest areas are 6 times less likely to access wild places, so that's an important targeted part of our work. And all this adds up to about £1 million worth of volunteering for the environment every year. So we all know that if you get people outside, exciting things happen. They enjoy themselves, they feel healthier, they feel more connected. These 2 quotes on the left are from 12-year-olds from inner city London having climbed a hill for the first time. So the John Muir Award is recognised as a way of encouraging more activity on the ground with measurable impact. It's about activism, not passive involvement in things. And our aims are shared with many organisations across education, volunteering, health, youth and inclusion, as well as conservation. In an education setting, for example, it helps deliver curriculum outcomes, joins together activity, gets learning outside the classroom. It promotes healthy lifestyles and all facets of our well-being. It can help with employability skills, and it's a great way of recognising achievement. It also offers a way of looking at the values that we hold, what we think and what we do in an environmental context, looking at intrinsic values in particular. So, to conclude, we're consolidating our work in Scotland and Wales, and we're growing in England. We don't have immediate plans to conquer the world, but perhaps you might consider if this type of approach to engaging people has relevance to your own work, and clearly from the discussions this morning it does. And perhaps governments will see the benefits to wider society. We certainly think there's relevance to the vision that's emerging from this Congress for a wilder Europe. We've learnt a lot over the last 10 years, and we offer the following questions or challenges, again, which have been affirmed in this room. In your work, is there enough fun and enjoyment? Do you emphasise awe and wonder? Do you find ways around barriers, or do you dwell on them? Who do you work with? This wild stuff, it's vital for everyone, the 80% of urban dwellers that we have. Are we really accessible, or are we mainly talking to ourselves? And we should combine our calls to action with enjoyment and awareness, not in isolation. And finally, do we do as much as we should do to celebrate and share what we do? If you'd like to find out more about the award, then there's the film, information and case studies on our website. Thank you very much.